able to be heard now. That should be working. Open. Anyways, welcome back to CRF4, round 11, the penultimate round of the championship is today. We have got the Brazilian Grand Prix on this weekend for all of our tiers from 4 to 1. This will be the first one, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. After a very interesting Tier 4 race in Suzuka last week, I'm sure this is going to be another great one. Right. Is this Piastri coming to do his lap, or is he pitting? It does look like he is going to be pitting. So the next person who will be doing the lap will be Turbo Sphinx. Watch now, Mr. Elite Fear. The next driver to do a lap, so he's on a lap now. He's clearly backed off. So no, it will be Turbo. Turbo, unfortunately, last race I think did retire. He's going to be looking to bounce back this weekend after trying. He wants to be the double crown, CRF4 and CRF3. You never know, he could do it. It's going to be a tough ask for him though, as he comes over the line, not taking a wide line, so not actually maximising the speed coming into turn 1. Down to turn 1 now. He's missed the apex slightly. He's now going to want to use the track as much as possible to keep it as tight as he can through this corner, keep it right next to the curb. Looks really good there. Might get a little toe off the Mercedes here ahead. Is he going to get out of the way? Is the Mercedes looking? Maybe going to get... Oh, we know the Mercedes has gone straight on, so it's good for him to get out of the way. The other Haas getting out of the way too. Pretty nice sector 1. Getting a little toe there should do him well. Through sector 2 now. Obviously, we know Turbo is a pad player, so this is where he possibly may struggle slightly, but I'm pretty sure the pad is alright on this track, so he may do some bits coming through here. It's going to be so hard to get on the throttle. Is he going to be able to do it? He gets on the throttle very nicely there in second gear. You're losing a little bit of time, but it's not much coming into the final main corner now, and then we'll have it all the way to the straight. You're going to want to make the line as short as possible to get as much time as he possibly can. He's on 109.1 as of such. Can he put himself on pole position ahead of Gattis Mikkelsen? Is it going to be possible? Yes, it is. Just displacing Gattis. Great lap by... yeah, brilliant lap there from Turbo. We have Big Van Bowski. Looks like he's coming to the line now. And that is actually going to be no lap from him. TTV Syndical's not there, so the next driver actually will be Turbo's teammate, Apex Capes. What is he going to be able to do? The championship leader. As we speak, he is leading the championship by quite a way, and he can actually win the championship, I do believe, tonight. It's going to be interesting, but he does pit on those medium tyres, so he was actually on medium tyres, so that probably was not his lap he was properly going for. We have the likes of Dan coming on his lap, Big Van Bowski starting his lap. We don't have actually anyone, but I think let's actually go on board with Gattis Mikkelsen, P2 right now, just off P1. He's a 10th and a bit up through through sector 1. Where's this going to put him? Through the sector 2 split, just coming up now. Because Brazil, very short track, so you can... it's hard. It's going to be much closer, I think, in qualifying. He's 1 point... No, he's 1.5 tenths up. Coming into the fastest of this should be pole position for Gattis. Is it going to be a 108.2? That's the question. Obviously, it's just a 108.3, but it's still enough to clear pole by quite a way. As we go on board now with Ken Dog, Caradog, reserving Mercedes today, going to probably be helping out Jack as Jack goes pole as well. So Jack has just gone pole with a 108.2. Can it make a Mercedes provisional lockout? Kendall is so strong in these past couple of races. What is it going to be from him? It is pole position with a 108.0. Brilliant lap from him. We also have Mix Cameron coming up to the line. He's also done a purple middle sector. I'm not sure if that is actually true, but he is going apparently rapid. But no, he's coming into the pits and may have made a mistake on that final sector, unfortunately for him. Who else do we have on laps? We might have... Oh, no, he's not on a lap. Syndical? No laps from them. So who might we have on a lap coming up? Pias or Ales Kuma, but he's just got a pit, so possibly will be... Mike looks like he's just done his lap. Halland's not done anything, he's not on the lap. So yeah, let's go on board with... I think... Piastri needs the pit, so he's not doing a lap either. Let's go for... May as well go on board with Alex Kuma. Two McLarens. Looks like Paul is going to give a little bit of a tow on this lap to the McLaren of Alex Kuma behind. Very quick. The McLarens have been in this last part of the season. Alex Kuma really was strong in Suzuka. I can't remember what the result he actually got, but he definitely was doing very well. So what is he going to be able to do today in Tier 4 next on a week after in Brazil? Keeping that line very tight all over the curb, and he of course is going to get a little bit of a tow. Just breaking that gap, the air gap with the other McLaren ahead. Might be slightly affected coming through this twisty section into Sector 2, but I think he'll gain more on the straights than he will lose. Pushing the car to the absolute limit. Wallace is going to be coming through Sector 2. How far is he going to be up on his time? Because right now, he's 5/10 up on his time, and that is Mr. Elite Fear getting out of shape, unfortunately. And that is him out of qualifying with no lap done. So that is the Ferrari. Unfortunately, at the back again, Ferrari has not had a great season, unfortunately for them. As we come through, it's 3 and a bit tenths up. This could be a big challenge of a P2 on the grid. Not sure it's going to be pole. This is a very nice tow. He's also getting out over the line. So what is this actually going to be for the McLaren of Ales Kuma? Is he going to be able to get pole? He might do. He just might do. No, he's not. It's only a 108.1. It's just over a full 10th off pole. But that was a really nice last sector with that tow, and that's going to help him a lot. As we also do have Turbo Sphinx on a lap. Let's go on board with him. This possibly will be his last lap, I'm not sure, unless he does back out. With him in the sector now, he's got to gain just about 4/10 to put himself on provisional pole, but you know, all the guys are going to have a chance at getting pole, as Halland and Supra go 6th and 7th, respectively. Good laps from those two, doing a great job right now, as we have Turbo coming to the second sector split. This track is just unbelievable. In my opinion, I think posed for great racing as it apparently is purple through the middle sector, but oh, he's gone wide there, and that's the end of his lap, 2/10 up, but it's going to be nothing, and he is going to have to pit, and I'm not sure if he's got a spare set of tyres, so, oh no, it doesn't look like Turbo's going around again, so recharging the battery and going for one last shot at it, possibly, is the call from him, as we see Mix Designs Cameron coming to the final corner now. What is this going to be for him in the Aston Martin? Making a very wide line, weirdly, but is this going to be in the top 5 for him? It is P7, just behind his teammate. Great performance by him. Who else have we got? We got Dan starting a lap. We have, doesn't look like we've got many other people. Maybe CTV Syndical doing his lap right now. So let's stay on board with him, see how he does on his final lap of the session, if this indeed is his final lap in the Williams. Obviously reserving for Rampage today. He was not here. Syndic will be doing a great job for the Williams team, reserving in Tier 4 recently and giving Mike the best chance at a good Constructors' Championship position. That's a 52-1 for the middle sit split. It does look like this lap is not the one from him. Maybe he's going to pit here and not go for it. Doesn't look like he is pitting, so that's no lap for Syndical. Let's go on board with the provisional pole man, if I can switch. Kendog Karadok, last lap for him. We also have Gattis behind, so what's this going to be? Kendog coming from the middle sector. There's a guy in front of him. Is he getting out of the way? Is he getting out of the way? This is the big thing. It's the Mercedes of Jack as well. He's going to be going so slow through this middle sector. This teammate's going to be getting in the way as well, and that's an invalidation from Kendog. That is absolute heartbreak for him. And Jack getting in the way on his outlap. That is shocking from him. And that is really going to be bad news for Mercedes Group. But Gattis also invalidating on his first lap. So no, both of them will be invalidated on that lap, unfortunately for them. Who is it going to be? Who does it lap? I've just realised as well, Supra doing a lap. That actually isn't allowed. So Supra's got to DSQ here, otherwise he will be getting a race ban, unfortunately. As he is not allowed to do. Oh no, he served it. Okay, no, so Super actually is where he is, so there's no issues on that. I think I may have missed it last race or forgotten about it. So Super is in P8. It's a great position for him right now. Let's go back on board though with let's go back on board with Kendog. Doing his lap now, but he does not have the percentage in terms of the ERS on this lap. This is not good news for him. And Jack is ahead. I think let's go on board with Jack because I don't think this is going to be improvement from Kendog. But Jack, Gattis, all them guys have a chance here. And that, I think, is that Gattis off? No, it's not. But Gattis goes wide and that's his lapped over. So Gattis is done. Unless there is enough time to get round. There is enough time to get round, actually. But these two Mercedes boys look like they're doing their last laps right now. And this is not great news for Kendog, as Jack might take pole here, but he's over by a tenth. And it doesn't look like it's going to be an improvement for Jack, unfortunately. I don't think it's also going to be an improvement for Kendog, but let's stay on board with these two guys, the two Mercedes-men. They make it a 1-2 lockout for themselves? Doesn't look like it. It's not. No improvement from Jack. Kendog into the pits, so that's his qualifying over. Gattis is going to go for another one. Turbo's also made a mistake, so he might try and go for another one as well. Who do we have, though? Supra on a lap. We also have Apex on a lap, who looks like he's lifted off, and he's not going to get it. He's going to have to go for one more lap towards the end. Who else do we have? Mike coming towards the line. Is this going to be his final lap of the session? He's at the P7. Brilliant lap by Mike, even with low ARS. Really good job by him. As we see Big Van Bowski coming onto his last lap. Here we go. Click for Clack is going on to his final lap. I know he's finishing his final lap right now, so this is going to be the first guy to finish his final lap in the Alfa Romeo. He's right down the back for now, but is this going to be enough to put himself up ahead, or the Rebel ahead? No, he's not. He's going to have to pit. He's going to come into the pits. There's going to be no improvement there. But let's look at Supra. P9 right now. He's up by almost 2 tenths. Where's this going to put him? He can get, if he gains 2 tenths here, he's all the way up to 6th place. And that's going to be brilliant stuff from him. What is this going to be for Supra? Coming over the line now. Is he going to put himself into P6? Yes, he is, with a 108.574. And that is the Red Bull retired from the session, unfortunately. We also do have the Avatarian of Apex Escapes, I do believe, who is just starting a lap now. We then have, I think it's Alex Cooper in P2, but he's pitted as well, so he's not going to get another lap. I don't know why my thing's glitching out, unfortunately. Aston Martin, that's Hallan, who doesn't make an improvement of him. Is it going to come into the pits? No, he's not. He's going to keep on going to the line. Is this going to be an improvement? Doesn't look like it, and it is not an improvement, unfortunately. And we now have Big Van Bowski into the line. What's this going to be from him? Any improvement? No. And let's go on board with, I think, I've lost Cameron coming over the line now. This is going to be an improvement from him. Yes, it is. With the P7, really good job by him to put his car there. Turbo Sphinx with the line. Can he put himself on pole? No, he can't. Only P4. Just missing out on that P3 position on Jack. We now have, who else have we got on lap? Supra on another lap. Doesn't look like he's going to improve though, so that is the end of qualifying. If Cyndaquil can't do anything about it, doesn't look like he's going slow. And that is the end of qualifying. Kendog managing to hang on. Ales Kumit in P2 with Jack in P3, so that Mercedes disaster class in qualifying at the end didn't matter really. Turbo Sphinx in P4, Gattis Mikkelsen down in P5, he's not going to be happy about that one. Supra, Cameron, Hallan, Mike, all going to be absolutely exhilarated by that performance, putting themselves P6, P7, P8, and P9 respectively, and P10 Polo. Gatis is going to be down in P11. No, sorry, not Gatis, Apex Cape, so the championship leader is down in P11. That is going to be a tough one to come back through the pack. PS in P12, TTV Cynical in P13, Labrat in P14, Big Bambowski in P15, Domins in P16 with Click for Clack in P17, Brownest Buns in P18 with F50, 19th, the Mr. Fear Elite in 20th. F50, of course, wasn't allowed to do a lap in qualifying, but he's going to be one who's going to be coming through the field quite rapidly, I'm sure, so keep an eye on the Haas down at the back. Nah, mate. Apex, you got a chance, mate. Don't give up until it's over. You've got a decent gap still. To Turbo, who's only in P4, so you never know. Keep it clean this race, you might have a chance. So just to give you a little insight into the championship battle as such, we have Apex Capes on 112 points, 7 points behind on 105. We have Turbo Sphinx. That's the P1, P2 battle. And then the P3, we have the battle between Jack, Smithy, both on 70 points, both driving for Mercedes. And we also have Gatis, Mickelson, and Pias on 58 and 57 points respectively. So that's going to be a really good battle for P3 in the championship. And then a little bit further down, we also have the battle between Sighted, Labradan, Alex, and Mr. Elite Fear for the final points play, final top 10 positions. So that is going to be another one to look out for. Definitely Pias doing a great job. He's here today. Sighted, unfortunately, not. Labradan down in P14. Alex doing a good job. He might come through and take that position. He's been very strong. And Mr. Elite Fear down, unfortunately, in last place with no qualifying time, as he did retire. So we have to be careful on that front. We did not receive constructor standing points, unfortunately. So I cannot see really on that, but AlphaTauri are leading the way by quite considerable margin. Five red lights. And away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix in CRF4. Coming down to turn 1. Looks like Hendo's got the better start, but there's side-by-side in the background. With Jack going around the outside of the McLaren, is he going to make the move with stick? He goes down the inside, maybe a corner cut and warning. There's a bit of contact in the background. Hendo gets away with Alice Kuma in P2, battling very hard with Jack and Turbo Sphinx. And there's Apex Capes all the way off in the background. There's a bit of contact on the outside of there. It's almost 4 wide coming down in the background. Let's stay with them. It's almost 3 wide with Polo going off wide. Big Van Bowsy staying ahead. Apex Capes retain. Oh no, Joe goes at 1 position with Pias, unfortunately, with damage early on. And he was one of the guys battling for that top 10. Alice Kuma stays ahead with Jack still in P3, so there's nothing been gained from them. 5 at the top there. TTV Syndical still doing a good... Well, he's actually come up a lot of places there. And Mike is all the way down to P18. That's absolutely terrible news for him. Doing such a good job in qualifying. Same with Supra. He's dropped down the pack. Terrible news for those guys. Let's get a little bit of graphics going, I think. For you guys. So let's get position. So position change. F50 up 12 positions on lap 1. What on earth? He's on there. Even Syndical coming up 7 positions. That's an unbelievable start from F50 all the way from the back of the grid up to P7. He's going to be battling very hard. Mr. Fear Elite's 11 positions as well into 9th. So really good job from those guys around the back. And that is a retirement. Unfortunately, some retirements. That is Cameron retiring in the pits, unfortunately for him. And I don't think anyone I know, Click for Clack is also retired on the exit of turn 2. Not sure what he's done there, but that is an unfortunate retirement from him. And of course, we do have the retirement of Cameron early doors. That's not great news. Thank you for the subscriber, the follower, whatever it is. I think it's follower. Really appreciate that from whoever that was. Kendog Caradog leading the way very nicely at the moment, though. Got a 2-second gap behind him to Ales Kuma. In P3, we have Jack, P4, Turbo Sphinx, and in P5, Gattis Mikkelsen, who's dropped off the pack slightly, and he's going to want to get through. Let's have a look at F50, though. Going to want to come through the pack very early doors. Is it going to be on a Syndical down the inside? We know he has the pace. He's waiting, though. Might be now. DRS should be activated, and the Syndical won't have it. So is this going to be the move from the old Turbo Sphinx? Maybe going for a move actually on Jack? Let's keep on board with these guys. Turbo Sphinx down the inside. That's been brilliant for the championship. Down the inside. Is there going to be contact? He's kept it clean. Jack's been gone a bit wide. He actually had the room there, so there was no pushing off track. But Josh has made that move brilliantly in the Avatari as F50 gets ahead of Syndical on those soft tyres. So F50 going with a bit of an alternate strategy there, going for soft, but it's working brilliantly right now. Doing an awesome job in that position. He did it like 2 corners, mate. F50's actually crazy, bro. He's crazy. Really good to see him back, and commentating on him is a bit quite fun as well. As I know, I did battle a couple of times with him in CRF4 last season, so he's definitely on the money for possible win here from the back of the grid. That'd be unbelievable. But Kendog is still holding that gap, showing how good he is. That's unfortunately a spinner from Mike, it looks like, and he's dropped back a little bit further. Turbo Sphinx holding it out, though. He's going to have the DRS now, Ales Kuma, which is good news for him, and he should be able to hold onto that position. This is F50 now, all over the back of Gattis Mikkelsen. Is he going to go for the move round the outside into this turn? He's made the move already, stick around the outside. What a move from F50. He's already up into P5. Absolute masterclass full performance. And to be fair, Gattis is just going to want to follow. That's all he needs to do. Follow F50 to try and get himself back in the DRS of the lead pack. And that's the best idea he can. Fortunately, Halan struggling at the moment. Down the rear of the pack. Is this going to be him into the pits? Does look like it. No damage. Is this going to be the second Aston Martin retirement of the race? Let's hope not. We don't want retirements, 2-3 retirements this early on. I'm not sure if he is. I think he might not be. But he will be lapped here, which is not good news in case he wants to take the lap back under a safety car. As we see Jack pressurising Turbo Sphinx into T1. Nothing to be had there. But to be fair, Josh is all over the back of Ales Kuma. And is he going to make that move very soon? Could be down into turn 4. He's all over the rear of him. 2/10. This could be the move. There's no DRS in the McLaren. And down the inside goes Turbo Sphinx. And that's the move from P4 up into P2 in the space of a couple of laps. And that is great news for them. And that is Halan out of the race. And that is a safety car. Where has he done that? Where has he done that? Looks like he's broken his wing. Broken his wheel coming out of the pit lane. It spawned him on the track, and that has caused a safety car, unfortunately. And that will neutralise the race early doors and allow everyone to catch back up after those shenanigans in the first couple of laps. Will we see any pit stops up near the lead? I'm not sure about that yet. As Apex retires, what's happened to Apex? Has he hit the safety car on the way out? He's hit the safety car on the way out. Oh my god, the championship leaders just hit the safety car coming out the pit lane. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. As it does look like Gattis Mikkelsen coming into pits with F50. Strapping on a set of mediums, and it does look like actually F50 has been held a little bit there, and Gattis has got ahead. They're going to be out in P9-10, which is definitely going to be decent news for them, considering they are going to be on better tyres. Gattis may be looking to go to the end on those hards. 30 laps is going to be a long stretch, but it could be done. Oh, yes. Oh, no. We miss it next week as well. So, Turbo... How many points does Turbo have to score to win it, then? 7 points. So, he's got to score 18, 14, 12, 10, 8. He's got to score 5th place or higher, I believe, and he is going to be world champion of CRF4. Not mathematically considering Apex, I think he could still win next race, but he won't be here, so it will be Tebos Lynx's championship to win if he gets P5 or above, and he's doing a great job right now in P2. But that's heartbreak for Apex. Absolute heartbreak. Okay, I won't announce it then. If you might make it, I won't announce it. As we get going racing. Coming down to turn 1. Oh, that's contact. No, Alice Kuma's round. Oh, my. Terrible news for McLaren, and he's been doing so well. And he's battling for those the last couple of positions in the points of the championship. F50 gets ahead into 6th place. Just go on board with him, actually. He's going to be looking for the move on Big Van Bowski. Not Big Van Bowski, sorry. He's got the move on Big Van Bowski. He's going to be looking for the move on Mr. Elite there as Gattis also gets through. So he's doing a good job. Oh, F50 coming very hot into that corner, almost comes in contact with the back of the Ferrari man, and may look for a move now in the middle sector on those really, really fresh tyres. I bet he's going to look for the down the inside. He is going to look down the inside. Very damn tasty move there from F50, and he's ahead into P5 already battling his way up the field, and the Alpine's now ahead of that, and I'm sure he's going to be burning his battery, so his gas is coming out this corner to get ahead. They both are coming over the crest of the hill. Is he going to make the move? Doesn't look like he's actually got the straight line speed on the Alpine, and neither's Gattis, not the straight line speed just as such. And Brownish Buns will hold ahead, but maybe into turn 4. Is the option going to be there? Down the inside, possibly. Oh, he's going to go around the outside. Already got the overspeed and coming around the outside now into turn 4. Is he going to make the move done? He has to get it done here to stay with the DRS ahead, the drivers ahead. He's made it around the outside, but it's still side by side. The Alpine losing the rear, and he's gone, unfortunately, there. And that is contact, and that is Gattis round. No, that is terrible news from him. And he's down to P9. Oh, that's such poor news. Mr. Elite Fear may be battling that one too hard. I'm not sure. I didn't see it, so I won't say anything about that. And that is Mr. Fear Elites possibly going straight on. I'm not sure there. Seems like he has actually gone straight on. I'm not sure, but that's not what you want to see. And that is another safety car. Which isn't very good for me. I might have to leave the stream on, unfortunately, guys. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to commentate the whole thing. I've got something going on in life right now, but as Tabo Sphinx goes past, give me a second. I'm going to see what I can do here. guys, I should be alright just for now. I'll see what I can do. It might have to end the stream a little bit early, unfortunately, but for now I will be here, as we do have a 5-second penalty for Labrat Dan. I know that actually wasn't with Labrat Dan, that was with Polo, who actually got the penalty there. As it's going to be F50 up from the back of the pack, reacting to Kendog. Kendog's gone, F50's reacted alright, about 5/10 gap, and I think that's pretty reasonable from him, and he's going to be shooting over to the outside. Coming into turn 1, F50, I'm sure is going to be battling against Kendog. I'm not sure it was the correct strategy from Kendog there. However, to be fair, Jack is all the way down in P13, so you never know on that one. You might get caught up with the pack as F50 maybe looking for a move down to turn 4. No, he's not. He's going to chill behind for now and not go for that move. F50 still looking for the gap down the inside from F50, but doesn't go for it. He was looking for it so well there, and it is so close. Is he going to go for a dive bomb on the leader? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind. Going to try to go for a move on the straight. Let's go on to Jack, though, who's making moves left, right, and centre right now, ahead of Polo, and then his yellow flag's behind, and that does look like AI Domus has gone off, unfortunately for him. Sphinx also making his way through the pack. F50 though, 2/10 gap ahead, looking for the move as soon as he possibly can. Is he going to go for the move down inside? That's 2 swings with a penalty early doors. That is terrible news for him for the time being. But he's going to look for the move on him, going down around the outside, but no, nothing to be had there. Hasn't got the straight line speed with that DRS right now. Let's also mention that Super is in P3, by the way. Had a really poor start, but is back there in P3, so he's doing a great job, and this may be the chance for F50 round the outside of Kendog on those fresh tyres. He's made the move before the corner, and F50 from the back row of the grid is into P1. What a story, what a performance in these opening 14 laps he has had. Absolutely awesome racing from him. Also, Gat is coming up the pack into P4, doing a good job after that. Unfortunate incident with the Ferrari of Mr. Elite Fear. And this is Jack down the inside of Alex Kuma. These guys have been battling all race long. And is this going to be the move round the outside from Jack? He's been left the space and he's made the move down the inside. But is the McLaren going to be able to hold around the outside? Doesn't look like it. No space there. Jack says no, and he's now going to be looking to make a move on Pias on those very old 12-lap-old tyres. Yeah. Cracking racing. Start the safety car as Kendog may be losing DRS. Here we go, F50's clearly burnt on this lap to try and get out of DRS, and I think he may clear him actually. Maybe not for this DRS detection point. I think Kendog stayed in it, but maybe for the next one. And this is going to keep Supra in a battle for P2 for now. As we also see Jack all over the rear of Pias, and he's going to make the move early doors on him. Also, down the inside, it is from Jack, and a great move, absolutely exquisite from him. F50 got the gap right now, 1.1 seconds, doing a great job out in front. Just showing why he's been promoted up to this tier 1 seat. He's doing a great job. As F50 does make that 1.7 second gap, so he has extended that lead very significantly. As Syndical's getting attacked by Turbo Sphinx, as Kendog's also into the pits, so I'm not sure about the strategy from Kendog. Doesn't look like the right one from him, and that is Turbo Sphinx up ahead of Syndical, and that does also look like Brownus Buns getting down the inside of Syndical as Alex Kuma gets a 5 second for speeding in the pit lane. Mike into P7, as that is actually, that's absolutely dreadful from Alex Kuma, who's up to retire in the pits. It's annoying that we are seeing people retiring the pitch. We may have to put a rule posing it as there's 21 laps here in this race, and a safety car comes out, you're right back in it. So it is really just sad to see some of these drivers giving up so early in the race. It is annoying. Anyway, looking back, Jack round the outside of Mike, he's looking for that move, but Jack still sits in behind of Mike for the time being. He's going to look for the move down the inside of the Williams. He doesn't, he's going to sit behind, probably go for the DRS, maybe even go for a double move on both Williams. coming down into turn 1 and maybe getting them on both straights from either one. Definitely is possible for Jack here, scything his way through the field as he really doesn't need to. I think he's going to look for a move here. But we've actually got Mike attacking Syndical right now. Is this going to be a move from Mike down the inside on his teammate? Oh, the Mercedes of Jack is getting all out of hand. But no, Jack's got through safely. Mike not going for the move. He's going to let that one go for now. He knows Jack's not his race. As Syndical unfortunately gets a 3-second time penalty. But Jack is now going to be attacking on the Williams ahead. Is this going to be into P6? He's going to be trying to drain the battery to get ahead. Is he going to poke his nose down the inside? Yes, he does. Down the inside. Syndical has to give up. And I think pretty smart from him. Once again, not his race. And Jack is now going to be pushing all the way after Turbo Sphinx. As F50, 2 seconds ahead of Supra, really commanding this right now. Of course, those two do need to pit stop again. Gattis may be able to squeeze it to the end, but I'm not sure on those tyres if it's going to be able to happen. It's going to be a very long 30 laps for him if he does do it, but you never know. Pole, unfortunately, having a spin there. A little half spin, which has dropped him back a couple of seconds. But let's stay on board here. With the two Williams battle between Syndical and Mike, I'm sure Syndical may let this one go. He's obviously a reserve, so there's no need to keep Mike behind, considering he is a starting driver for Williams. But it doesn't look like Mike has the straight line speed necessarily on Syndical, but he does look like going for the inside. It does actually look like Syndical is defending. No, he hasn't. He's actually given that position up to Mike very smartly. And Mike now trying to stay with Jack, but I'm sure that is going to be a tough one from them. They're just going to want to keep themselves in P7 and P8. Very solid positions from the Williams boys at the moment. Doing a really good job. Of course, they've both got to stop, though. As we also do see Turbo getting a pass. And that is Jack attacking the Alpine. Is he going to make the move down into turn 6? It could be done. It's going to be close. Trying it around the outside. Nothing there. But is he going to go down the inside into the next corner? There's a little bit of contact. Jack, no, he's waiting behind, being smart there and waiting for an opportunity into another corner. Is he going to get an exit off here and go down the inside? Obviously, you can make moves in the second sector on this track. It's definitely possible. Nothing to be had there, though. Not risking his front wing being broken and just staying behind for another lap and then going for the move next lap and trying to stay with Turbo Sphinx, as that actually is a mistake from Brownus Buns, getting all out of shape, and he's behind the Mercedes. And now Jack is going to be trying to catch up with Turbo and maybe look for a move on him, as we also see Gattis following very close behind Supra. Let's keep an eye on these guys. This could be a very decent move from Gattis coming into turn 4. Is it going to be here? Mr. Elite Fair, unfortunately, leaving the session as we see Gattis sizing up a move as such. Is it going to be the entirety? Yes, it is. Down the inside from Gattis, getting that move done. Supra not battling it hard. Knows Gattis has got the superior technique, but he makes a little mistake there, and Supra's looking for it again on the inside. Is he actually going to go for the gap? No, he's not. He's going to sit behind. He's better off holding station for now, keeping that DRS. That's going to be major for him. He wants to stay ahead of the guys behind and maybe try and catch F50 later on into this race. That is going to be his best option, absolutely. Oh, that is no, it's Gattis getting out of shape again and Supra's losing time. Is this going to be the opportunity for Turbo Sphinx to get in DRS? I think he may have done. I think Turbo may have done with that mistake, and that is absolutely shocking news for the both of them, as Turbo's going to get DRS now, and that is Supra going down the inside, making the move back on Gattis. So Gattis struggling this lap on them hard tyres, and the move's being done again, and Supra's back into the lead of this battle in P2. And we also have Turbo and Jack getting all over the rear of this battle. It could make it a 4-way fight as Kendog makes a move into P9. Great move from him. He's going to want to really push now to get to the end of this race on them hard tyres. We may see him battling for the lead still if there's no more safety cars. As most drivers will have to pit, if not all. And that is Gattis and Supra still battling into T5. Now T6 all the way round. It's still side by side. As Supra gets out of shape. And that's him with contact. And that is him almost round. He saves the car, and he's actually managed to keep it within DRS. So brilliant stuff from Supra. Can he keep it within DRS for the next zone? As is a battle between Turbo looking for a move on Gattis, and now it's got so heated between these three guys. These three guys have been battling all season long, doing an awesome job. And it's Turbo getting ahead of Gattis. Maybe Gattis giving that position up on Turbo. Maybe some strategy being played there, so Gattis knows he can go back for the move down to turn 1. This is all being done with strategy, but this is great news for F50, who's breaking away, 5.2 seconds ahead. Is Turbo going to be able to hold up? No, he's not. All these guys are flashing other than Gattis. Gattis down and Gattis back into P2, with Jack going around the outside of Turbo Sphinx into P3. Nothing to be had there. Turbo Sphinx holds on for the position for now, and Jack is down in P4, with Super just hanging on in P5. We also have the Alpine and Brownest Buns getting involved if these guys do battle too hard, as Turbo Sphinx going back down the inside of Gattis Mikkelsen into turn 4. Good move from him, and Gattis has let that one go, and this could be Jack down the inside as well on the fresh tyres. Gattis really struggling on those older tyres at the moment, but is he going to hold the inside? Doesn't look like he is. Yes, he is. Jack staying behind, but then all again, Turbo on that pad is slower through this section. Jack goes down the inside, sees that gap. Brilliant racing by these guys. Round the outside from Jack. Is even able to hold it on Gattis, trying to get the throttle in, trying to get the foot in. These guys are still side by side coming through this corner. Jack down the inside now. Gattis round the outside, and I think Jack has made that move stick. And Gattis is going to have to sit in behind with Turbo getting away, which is brilliant news for him in the championship. And considering he's got that penalty, he doesn't need to make a gap. But now, Jack is flashing again. This could be another opportunity for Gattis to get the position up. Here we go, coming down the straight, getting tucked in right behind Jack. 1/10 gap, and this looks like it will be another move into P3 for Gattis round the outside. Jack trying to defend, but nothing to be had there. And actually, Gattis breaks late enough that Jack's behind, but he's still with him. Gattis staying ahead. Now Jack trying to get around the outside through turn 3. Now coming up towards turn 4. It's DRS now in advantage for Jack, but is it going to be a move from him? No, he's not. Hasn't got the straight line speed, and Gattis stays ahead with Turbo Sphinx in P2. And these guys are still battling hard, nail and tongue all the way through. And is it going to be a move from Jack down to turn 6? No, it's not. He's had to sit behind for now as Kendall gets through into P8. Great stuff from him. He's really pushing now to catch up to these leaders who are battling so hard at the moment. He's definitely going to be able to find his way back with this absolutely mega undercut he's got on the strategy. So maybe Kendog has played this one the correct way. I'm not sure about F50 though. F50 doing a brilliant job right now, shredding that grapple. He's going to be on fresh tyres. Jack actually gets a penalty, which is good news for Turbo Sphinx. He's also got a penalty. I need a breather. Wow, that was very, very intense stuff from all them guys. We're going to see anyone in the pits. Still no Gattis coming into the pits on those 16-lap old hards. They are probably absolutely done in right now, so maybe he will stay out. I'm not sure on that front. With 13 laps remaining, hopefully we do have commentary to the end as Kendog now up into P7. We're just going to stay on board with this fight, though. This is the main fight, so as Kendog breaks his way through 1.7 seconds, 1.5, 1.4, 1.3 behind Brownest Buns. He's absolutely on a rapid charge up to these guys, almost getting a pit stop on them. Absolutely mega job by him now. And it's now Gattis and Jack, maybe some contact there, but Gattis has dropped down to P4. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but he has dropped down, and he is now being under attack from Super, who loses the rear, blocking up the rears a little bit into that corner. Give me a moment. I'm back, guys. Hopefully no more disruptions. We'll see though. As we have Gattis, I think it's just held station this lap. No one breaking out of DRS, as that is F50 into the box. Let's go on board with them, see what tyres they're going to be boxing onto. This will be the final stop for them. I'm sure it's going to be either a medium or a soft tyre. Soft will last to the end, but they will be pretty dead, so maybe it is medium tyres he's going to go on. So let's see what advantage he's going to take. It is onto the medium yellow wall tyres. Kendog, long gone. He's going to have to make a really, really solid stint here to catch back up to the lead of the race. This is going to be very interesting to see what F50 can do, pushing to absolutely solidly out of the pits, coming out in P9, and he's going to want to come through the pack now. We'll keep an eye on him throughout the next couple of laps. Jack leading the way now, ahead of Turbo Sphinx, who's made that move down into either turn 1 or turn 4, I'm guessing, and the Mercedesman out in the lead with Turbo Sphinx in P2, Gattis in P3, maybe even preserving those tyres right now. Of course, he may be able to make it towards the end, as Jack and Turbo will. Supra, though, of course, I'm sure is going to have to come into the pits very soon, and that is going to be not great stuff for him, as Kendog, I've just realised, 8/10 off the back of Supra, and he's just got DRS on this group. This is brilliant news for Kendog. He's made that pit stop, he's going to go to the end, and he's already caught up, and that is Supra into the pits. So that means that Kendog is not quite got DRS actually on this lead pack, as it's side-by-side Turbo Sphinx down the inside of Jack, making that move into P1, Jack down in P2, with Gattis in P3 and Kendog in P4, all line and stern at the moment. Super going on to soft tyres, the last 10 laps, good option from him, and he's going to be pushing to try and make his way up through the field towards the end. I'm sure, though, Gattis knows there's no point really pitting now, so he's going to be trying to eke these tyres out towards the end, but they will be done in. I'm sure he's going to be struggling towards the end, but let's just remember, he has got no time penalties, so even with Kendog coming through, he could stick it out for a P2, but I'm sure F50 is going to be absolutely on his bike to come and try and win this race off all of these guys. F50 pushing as much as he possibly can to catch up to Brownest Buns and then Kendog in this big group for the lead. Really been great racing at the moment at the front. It's been absolutely awesome to see Brazil, as I said at the start, brings us some absolute awesome racing with the 2 DRS straights they have quite close to each other, so you can have a very easy swappage of positions, and that's what we have seen tonight, and it's been awesome to see, especially for the championship, as of course we do have Turbo Sphinx battling for that, and he is in P2 right now. No position change into turn 1 though. Jack got a good enough exit, and he's stayed ahead, but it's only a 2/10 gap coming out of turn 3. Coming down now to turn 4 is Turbo Sphinx going to look for a move. Jack is flashing down the straight as F50 gets fastest lap. And he's now within 1 second of Brownest Buns. Jack stays ahead. There's no movement up ahead. Let's go, though, on board, I think, right now with... oh, no, let's actually have a go on board with Kendog Caradog, who's all over the rear of Gattis. He's going to want to make this move absolutely ASAP. Is it going to be down the inside? No, it's not. For him right now, he needs to be safe getting through this pack. He cannot risk crashing at this point in the race. He needs to try and make it through, as F50 already ahead of Brownest Buns. And no, he actually has. Kendog's gone for the move down the inside of sector 2, making that move on Gattis, forcing him towards the end of the track. And to be fair, that was a very solid move, very aggressive, but very solid move from Kendog up into P3, and that's a mistake from Gattis, and that might drop him from DRS 9/10. That could be out of DRS, unfortunately, for Gattis. He could be coming into the pits this lap, I'm not quite sure. It could be if he hasn't got any grip on his tyres. No, he's going to be carrying on. Hopefully get back into that DRS gap as Turbo Sphinx is getting overtaken by Jack. Jack around the outside, making that move early doors. F50. Actually, Brownest Buns is pit. I'm not sure about why he's done that. He was in for a solid P6 there, and he has decided to drop back, unfortunately, for him. And that is F50, 3.6 behind Gattis now. He is going to be reeling him in so quickly. It is going to be so interesting to see towards the end of this Grand Prix where we are going to finish up. I do hope I can stay around for this one, because this is looking like one of the most exciting finishes to the Grand Prix we have had in a long time here in CRF4, here in CRF in general, to be honest. It's been an absolutely awesome race. It has to be said. F50 gaining that time at the moment. 2.8 now, 2.7. It's coming down by... He's coming down so quickly on Gattis. Got that superior pace, and he's almost within 2 seconds on this lap, gaining over a second per lap, I'm pretty sure, at this point, on Gattis Mikkelsen, on them absolutely gone tyres. I'm sure he probably should have pitted for a fresh set, as he is struggling significantly. The man who's been so dominant here in CRF4 ever since he joined, he has just not found the pace today. But Kendog, Caradog going for the move on Turbo Sphinx, down into turn one. Turbo's going to want to try and hold this. We do not want a Mercedes. Two Mercedes up in front. It's going to be back like the old days, but Turbo's managed to hang it on. Brilliant defense by him. And Turbo's now going to be looking for a move, possibly on Jack into turn 4. It's really, really heavy defending from Jack, but Turbo gets ahead into the apex of the corner, and that is the Avatariman going from defending to hold on to P2 to getting himself into P1, and Kendog makes no moves, unfortunately for him. And that is Turbo, and that is ghosting. I don't know what's happened there. It's not... I don't know. I honestly do not know what's happened there, but somehow Jack has got through Kendog, and Turbo Sphinx has dropped down to P3 as Jack lets actually Kendog through. So they're not even battling with Kendog. It's not his race, as F50 is all over the rear now of Gattis Mikkelsen. He's going to want to make this move absolutely ASAP. I'm sure he's just waiting now. Doesn't want to go for the move too early, but he's going to want to get the DRS here and go for the move on the straight. Gattis, oh, he's really squirmy. And there is F50 up into P4. Only a couple of seconds now off the back of Turbo Sphinx, about 2 seconds. But is Gattis into the finish? Yes, he is. Gattis pitting for a fresh set. He doesn't think he gets to the end. He probably should have made that call earlier. And that is not great news for Gattis. He's not going to score too many points today. And Supra now will be up into P6, which is great news for him. We've also got Pias on 27-lap-old hards. I don't know how he's managing to hold on to them, and Polo on 19-lap-old mediums. So some people really holding on to those tyres in this race at the moment as Kendog starting to clear, but I'm sure the two Mercedes are going to be trying to work collectively here to stay ahead of Turbo as F50, but I'm not sure about that because also we've got F50 down in P4 pushing as hard as he possibly can, and he's going to be in the main battle with Kendog on those fresh tyres. So is Jack going to be able to hold on to DRS? Technically, it's going to be useful to hold on to DRS, especially for this lap, but maybe drop it next lap, as he's going to be... Oh, I think Kendog might want to keep Jack within DRS here to defend against Turbo Sphinx, but is that going to be the case? Coming off the exit, it doesn't look like Jack has just about held it in within DRS. F50 actually makes the move through the final corner there. F50 up into P3. Let's go on board with him now, doing an awesome job at the moment. As F50 looking for the move on Jack now into P2. He needs to make this move this lap. Jack doesn't look like he's defending that hard for his teammates. And that is Jack not there. But to be fair, let's be real. F50 and Kendog are only reserving today. So to be fair, in terms of championship, P3, he's still winning this race at the moment. And you never know, with these 2-3-second penalties, could Super come and snap? Could Super come and get a P1 in terms of points? He's on those fresh softs. He could come through the field. You never know. On that, I know it's 11 seconds gap, but they are on very old hards. That is easily catchable if he has the pace. But let's stay on board now with F50. Looks like he may have cleared Jack in terms of DRS. Let's see out this final corner. He doesn't look like he's got the fresher tyres, and this is going to now be, I'm presuming, a 2-horse race between two sets of drivers, as Kendog is going to be defending for his life for F50. These two guys are going to be, I'm sure, battling towards the end of the Grand Prix, but as we know, F50 on very, very much newer tyres. Kendog defending successfully into turn 1, but now into turn 2. Is he getting, coming out of turn 3? Is he going to be able to defend coming into turn 4 on the second DRS straight of the lap? He's going to go down the inside of his F50. Kendog doesn't look like he's defending it too hard, and it does look like F50 gets ahead of that. Is Kendog going to look for the move down the inside? No, he's not quite. Doesn't have the speed, but here we go. Kendog going down the inside in the hard tyre. F50 having to leave the gap open. Brilliant racing by these two. It is so close. Kendog has nothing to lose right now. He needs to stay ahead, as there's a bit of contact coming through, a little bit of lag also. I'm not sure what's on about that one. And as Kendog gets squeezed out by F50, brilliant racing drive them two, and F50 stays ahead. And this could mean though that Kendog can get back down on the main straight coming down to turn 1, as there's only about a 3 or 4 tenth gap here. I know Kendog is on much older tyres, but this could still be advantage Kendog coming down into turn 1 and turn 4. Going to be gaining now 6/10 gap is the gap coming through the DRS point. 4 tenths. It's going to be coming down to 3 tenths. Doesn't look like it's going to be a move into turn 1, but maybe into turn 4 if you can stay close enough. Kendog staying in behind of F50. Let's go on board with Kendog. Fully on board this time, actually, if I can. If the cameraman will allow me to. Doesn't look like he is. No, he is allowing me to. Let's go on board with Kendog, though. Doesn't look like he has a battery. And with F50 not flashing right now, it does look like Kendog will drop behind. I'm not sure it's going to be enough for him on those older tyres to get back past F50. So F50 may take this win. Not going to say it yet, not going to jinx it, but he's doing a great job in P1, Kendog in P2 with Jack in P3. Turbo Sphinx doing a decent job in P4, and this technically will be enough to overhaul Apex Capes in the championship into the final race. Apex obviously may not be able to make it as well, so we'll see on that one. If it's, I'm sure I'm hoping Apex is their next race, but it is because it's going to be an awesome championship fight between both AvaTaRimen, as Kendog stays within DRS here again, but is a bigger gap, so clearly Kendog is losing time on the lap pretty significantly, and I'm sure F50 is me pushing now to try and get rid of that DRS of Kendog. He's got the gap, and I'm sure he is going to be trying to burn as much as he possibly can. We're going to stay on board though, 5 tenth gap, you never know if F50 may make a move, make a mistake out of this corner. Doesn't look like he has though, still 4 tenth gap. And that is good news for him for the time being. But Jack and Turbo Sphinx, I think we're going to go on board with Turbo Sphinx right now. Awesome job by him to be where he is. All over the back. I'm sure actually Turbo's possibly playing the waiting game here. Waiting to go for Jack. He doesn't want to get caught by Supra also, so maybe playing this strategy tactically towards the end. Back in a moment. Now coming on to the final lap, Kendog Caradog 7 tenths behind of Turbo, who's actually made the move coming onto this lap, so maybe that is tactical from Jack to stay behind for this lap, maybe go for the slingshot on the final lap. I don't think Kendog is going to have a move on the leader of F50, but maybe Jack has the ability to make the move down into either turn 1 or turn 4. It probably will be turn 4, I think. He's a little bit too far back coming down this straight now. Turbo is not flashing, he's got battery to play with, it looks like. No move from Jack though, sitting in behind for the time being. We've also got Kendog, only 3 tenths behind. Is he going to look for a move? Going on board with him very quickly. Doesn't look like he's going to be enough from Kendog. Looking down the inside, nothing to be had there. But Jack going to go down the inside into turn 4 of Turbo Sphinx. It is very close between the two of them, possibly some contact. I'm not sure what's happened there, but Turbo's off the track, and that's going to be... Oh, I think Jack has let the move go. And Turbo's got a warning, which I'm sure will get removed, so Turbo still leading the way in this battle for the time being, I'm sure. Unfortunately to see that. Kendog, though, only 1 tenth behind F50. It's battling through the middle sector. Maybe there might have been a bit of contact there actually between them as well. Is Kendog going to look for the move on the up to the line? It's going to be so close, I think. It's on the final lap here. Is Kendog going to get it? Coming up to the line, is it going to be enough from him? Doesn't look like it. F50 has the battery to play with, and that is going to be good enough for him. Is Turbo going to hold on to a podium position? It also does look likely, and that is Kendog holding on for the P3 of the race. that will be Jack's technically will be P4 Supra. In P5, Gattis Mikkelsen coming home in a P6, Brownus Buns P7, Syndical in P8, MJW of Mike coming through in P9, and PS looks like he's going to get P10 in the end, with the rest of them out of the points. Hopefully get to the end of this so I can do something. I like it. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching this Grand Prix. Sorry for cutting it very soon. We'll get the results at the end just before we leave, but very much thank you to all for watching this race. It's been an absolutely thrilling one, absolute blast as usual. In the comms booth on a Sunday and Monday, whenever I do commentate, it is an absolute blast every single time. Brilliant racing by all the drivers again. Awesome stuff. And I will see you guys next week. Should be next week actually. For Tier 4, I don't think I'll be doing Tier 1 unless I am roped in. But make sure to watch a 24-hour Spa race this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Matt Mega, $150 up on to the show. We also do have 70 odd teams in that one, so that's going to be an incredible one to watch, so make sure to come and watch us then. Just to quickly get all the results in case we don't have them at the end. Sure, we do have all of them, and that should be it for the penalties. And let's just quickly skim through the incidents and then we will be done. Thanks all for watching once again, and I will see you next week for the last round of the championship, the Abu Dhabi